In today's matchup, we have Rodan versus the male Muto. Rodan stands at 150 feet tall, while the male Muto stands at 200 feet tall. And both of these kaijus have a wingspan of approximately 800 feet. One name that Rodan goes by is the Winged A-Bomb. Rodan is an absolute force and comes into this battle with obviously his wings, the serrated beak, and the razor-sharp claws. While the male Muto comes into this battle with sharp arms, the sharp bite, and the EMP blast. While it's useless in this battle and most battles I talk about, it is still worth mentioning. And as far as their feats go, either of these kaijus have a good record to show. These two have faced a lot of losses, a lot of defeats, and is why I think in particular this matchup is more interesting, because Rodan was able to go up against King Ghidorah, but then ultimately get beat pretty easily, get shot in the face by the gravity beams, and then took on Mothra, fought for a little bit of time, definitely kicked Mothra around, but ultimately lost that battle. And Mothra went up with Godzilla multiple times, but obviously male Muto is that name for a reason, because the male and female, the male Muto's used to being around the female Muto. They definitely work as a team, and the male Muto as by himself is definitely not as much of a force, and he's definitely meant to be with the female Muto, especially in battle. And the male Muto was able to go up with Godzilla, but ran away, figuratively speaking, from the first battle, and then when he went up against Godzilla, yeah, it looked like he was doing good with the help of the female Muto, but ultimately when fighting Godzilla alone, Godzilla was able to crush the male Muto and win that battle. And as far as Rodan goes, this kind of gets into a positive for him, because even though he lost his battles against King Ghidorah and Mothra, Rodan was able to actually walk away. Rodan survived those battles versus the male Muto that actually died. And that gets into the main points. If we break this down, durability has to go to Rodan. From what I just mentioned, how Rodan was able to go up against King Ghidorah with the gravity beams, was able to get stabbed through the chest by the abdominal stinger from Mothra, and was able to walk away. So durability would definitely go to Rodan in this matchup, because Rodan is able to take all of that stuff, all that damage, and if you compare the durability to the male Muto, just to compare the female Muto, who is tougher in my opinion, was still very damaged by the atomic breath from Godzilla, and seeing that Rodan comes out of a volcano and the stuff that he's able to actually take, definitely proves durability goes to Rodan. Now size goes to the male Muto. Size goes to the male Muto, which I was a little surprised about. The male Muto is a little bit taller, a little bit bigger. As far as feats go, it is a tough one because, like I said, both of these kaijus have losing records, have a lot of losses. Neither of these kaijus have too much success in battle. But the overall feats of Rodan being able to go up against the kaijus that he did has to give him the feats. And the fact that he was able to actually walk away, in my opinion, would give Rodan the feats in this matchup. And speed and agility, while I think both of these kaijus are insanely fast and are both very agile in the air, they're both shown to be fast, I had to edge out speed and agility to Rodan in this matchup, and in particular because of that beginning scene with Rodan against the Jets. Rodan's able to display a lot of different aspects of his fighting, being able to spin around, take out the planes. These are very small targets, and while they're easy to take out for Rodan, as far as their actual power, they're just jets compared to him, who is a giant monster. But the way he's able to actually take them out shows extreme speed and agility. Being able to spin around, being able to grab them with his talons, shows he has very good precision, and being able to do the thunderclap move where he slams his wings together just shows another aspect of his speed and agility. If these two were lined up, Rodan has better speed and agility. Yes, the male Muto has a little bit of size on Rodan, but ultimately I don't think that'll matter. From what we've seen from Rodan, what Rodan's been able to take with that durability, being able to take those hits from King Ghidorah, being able to take the rockets, being able to take the abdominal stinger through the chest, I don't see how the male Muto would really be able to damage Rodan enough to get enough damage to actually kill Rodan. I just don't see it happening. The Muto's definitely a formidable foe and was able to go up against Godzilla, so we know the Muto is very formidable. Just to challenge Godzilla in the first place means that you are a big enemy, and the Mutos have been known to kill Godzilla species. But ultimately, the male Muto needs the female Muto to have much success. Rodan is a kaiju that hasn't had much success himself, but I think with their overall durability, those talons, the thunderclap, the speed and agility in the air, if this battle went in the air, which it would literally have to with these two, I do think Rodan would come out victorious because of the durability, the speed and agility. I see several possibilities of how Rodan wins this matchup, but as far as the male Muto, I just don't see how the male Muto would actually be able to take down Rodan in this matchup. So in this matchup, I definitely think Rodan would get the win in the end. But make sure you let me know down below what you thought of this matchup, and let me know what matchup I should do next. This is definitely an interesting one. I'm glad to get back to more Monsterverse videos. I know a lot of you guys said you wanted to see more Monsterverse versus videos, but just make sure you let me know down below which one I should do next, and thanks for watching.